guys, first thing we did was come down here to the bottom. We loosened up that lower radiator hose clamp. We're going to get ready to dump the system. That way we're starting fresh. We're not trying to circulate and clean up whatever's in there already. So we're going to get ready to pop that off, try to catch whatever oil we can in that little bucket so we don't send it all over the driveway into the street or anything like that. So trying to be a little bit responsible with that, but here we go. All right.
Well, guys, that's how you do that. Really black, kind of sludgy, just not good stuff. So,
all right, we're gonna let that run out, and then we'll get up top and show you what we're fixing to do next. All right, guys. Next thing we're gonna do, come up here to the top side. We're gonna disconnect our heater hose from this hard pipe, and then we fabbed up a little 1/2-inch PVC to garden hose connection. We're going to insert that into the heater hose, and we're going to flush that system, and we're going to see what we can flush out the bottom, and then we'll go from there, see what we kind of results we get out of it. But yeah, this is just a couple bucks. They do sell kits online. You can do this very similarly, or you can go through your flush your oil cooler, which is a little bit harder to get to, but anyway, that's what we're going to do.
okay. You gotta slide it back there.
All right, got our clamp out of the way. Again, we got the, just a reference, we got the bottom radiator hose off, and we got the cap. The cap is off, so the system should not have any pressure on it, but you always want to treat it as if it does. So
We're gonna get a flathead or a pick, something in there to break this seal, like that. And this hose goes all the way back.
yeah, be careful not to put a hole in your hose.
Yeah.
Although this is a good time if it is damaged or looking a little suspect to go ahead and replace it.
To kind of do that, loosen up the seal, and then come back here. Just be mindful of that. Maybe not.
It shouldn't have a whole bunch because we dumped everything out the bottom. So just FYI, like I said, but always treat everything like it does have the potential to burn you or cause some kind of bodily harm.
All right, so we put a little bit of oil on the end of this to help it slide over it like that.
All right, so we got the tube inserted there. We're gonna get our garden hose.
And just gonna go
gently thread that on since these are plastic threads. Now we're going to line the water up. Should start to see some.
It should come
Stuff coming out the bottom. It's gonna have to fill things back up again. Again, this is just to kind of pre-flush everything. We don't want to put a brand new part on there and then line it all back up and it's still got oil in the system. So. All right, guys, just a little update. We've been steadily flushing the coolant system with Simple Green and Dawn. We've done it 4 or 5 times now. Everything is pretty clear, clean. Still getting some residual soap out of there, so we're gonna get ready to fill this thing back up. Circulate it one more time, let it get hot, dump it down again. I'm anticipating having to do this one more time even after we replace everything, just to verify everything's good. But just kind of wanted to give you a quick rundown. Like I said, we just been kind of dumping it out the lower radiator hose, filling everything up, going about it that way. I'm sure there's other ways. We may pull the 2 plugs, one on either side of the block as well, just to make sure we get everything out of that too. But all right, always start by disconnecting your batteries, making sure everything's good on both sides. And then we're gonna start pulling the degas bottle, intake,
bottom thing, 2 screws,
charge pipes, and just start working our way down towards that intake. We got to get the intake off of this thing. We'll do the best we can to keep you up to date with exactly how we're doing this. But literally, it's just a bunch of taking stuff off at this point. Be careful with everything. If you're working on something like this, it's old and it's brittle, so don't cause yourself any more problems than you need. All right, degas bottle gone, intake gone. Gonna start working on these boost tubes. All right, that's out of here. Make sure you keep all your bolts together, guys. Everything goes together, bag and tag. Gonna get the boost tube off the other side. Over here. They go with the.
While we're waiting on them, we can go ahead and take this upper radiator hose off because we got a new one.
We're gonna get the alternator off there.
Look at that pillow.
The belt off. Get the alternator off.
We need a 13 millimeter for the alternator and a 10 millimeter for the back nut.
Just 3.
Yeah. It's a little hot, but you should be able to flip it up like that.
Got a 10 millimeter on the big wire on the back, and then a single plug.
The plug,
Be careful with the plug. Don't snap the ears off.
10 millimeter.
Good little tip right there, guys. Put that little hardware back on its post. That way you ain't gotta mess with it no more.
Alternator's out. We'll go ahead and unplug our EGR. We can go ahead and start unplugging some stuff. EGR, oil pressure sensor. The next we can get the FICM out, or we can get.
That's an easy one. Just get that out of there.
We can go ahead and get our fuel all out. And the only reason why you have to take this out is because the plugs run across this intercooler, so that has to come out.
Be very careful with the connections on the bottom, that you don't break them. If somebody's already been in there, there's a pretty good chance that they're already broke.
One, pressing on both sides. 2, the back one. Three.
All right, be very careful with that, guys.
So we're already here. Push down right there. That'll come off. You can bring that over here. And this is also a good time to inspect all your wiring while you're in here. Lean that over to the side. All this should come this way after we get everything,
All the wiring.
all the wiring disconnected and
Take care of the fan wiring right there.
That runs under here. That, Jeremy.
What?
Thermostat. That's gone. That's gone. Next we could do our turbo
VGT solenoid wires.
VGT.
Be careful with all the wiring. Again, guys, it's all old stuff.
There. Come over here. We'll route that out of the way. We can pull this. Like we were talking about earlier in the video, it may have a little bit of water in it. Hopefully not.
And heater hose should be empty now that you've drained the system.
Map. This is connected to your battery.
You got your ICP.
All right, get our ICP unplugged. Get these. The clips are broke on them, but as long as you get them in there pushed enough, you should be able to pop them off like that. This will come around the front of the motor. But right now we're gonna get this oil feed line off with a 8mm and two 10mm on top with a ratcheting wrench. All right, now we got our 8mm 6-point socket, not a 12-point.
What you taking off?
Oil feed line.
Oil feed line to the turbo.
Yes. We'll get all this oil stuff and all that, and then we'll be closer to getting this intake out. All this will start to fold over.
Yeah, be very careful with those injector plugs because they got some little clips, and then you can mess the pins up on these pretty quick, messing around with them. So be very, very careful with these. If you'll hand me that clip, that pick right there, we'll show you how to get one of these off there real quick. And then they're all the same. So let me get this camera in here a little closer. We'll pick one that's pretty easy to see. We'll get that one right there.
Go ahead and put your pick behind it. Put your finger on it. Don't lose this. You can buy these. If you do lose it, you could buy them on Amazon.
And it's simple as sliding them up, guys. And be very, very careful with them when you're taking all this stuff apart and putting it back together. Keep up. Oh, you almost lost that one.
Almost lost that one, but we do have extras.
Keep up with them.
And try not to push the plugs down in the valve cover because you'll have to take all that off.
Yeah, that's another big one too.
Just like that. That'll come up, go over. Now everything over here is pretty much taken off besides our 11mm clamp for the back of the turbo, and one on this side, and then folding all this stuff over.
So just in case you've never seen it, what we're trying to get down to and get off is a silver part right here. Right there. It's a big U shape. It goes around the turbo. And if you have I think it's a 03 to 04, early 04, there's actually another part that goes across the back, and there's no way to get it off without pulling the turbo. I've taken this intake off without pulling the turbo. It is a pain. I do not suggest it. It's a few simple bolts, a couple band clamps, feed line, one wiring connection, and the turbo can be out. So just go ahead and do yourself a favor. Yank the turbo out of here before you try to get this intake out. Just word of advice from experience.
There is a ground back here. And we're gonna have to
way back in here. Goes back to the back for the pedestal, isn't it? Or the thickened mount in.
yeah.
Just don't forget it. You see how all the wiring just lays over. And again, if you've never seen some of this stuff before, this is your EGR valve. That's one of the things that causes so many problems. And we're getting down to the EGR cooler, which is right here at the tip of my finger. You can see why we got to pull all this stuff off just to get to it. So it's kind of a pain, but look, this boy right here is 17 years old. And if he can do it, all you crybabies out there can do it. I promise you.
All right, here we go. Now we're gonna pedestal bolts off of here. There's 2 in the front, 1 in the back. They're 10 millimeters, not 13s, not 12s, not 11s, 10s. Most of the stuff on here is 10 millimeter. There's very few things that are not, like the valve cover bolts are 12s, stuff like that. But we're gonna bag and tag as we go, as my dad likes to say, bag and tag. I think it's a little funny. He is a little funny. But other than that, let's get this baby done. Give it a little wiggle. A little pry on it. Pop it loose. Just like that. Over here. And here's your turbo, boys. My dad's sitting in the garage watching the Seahawks and the Patriots game. I'm sitting in here doing all the work, which is fine. My truck. Do it how I want. I'm gonna get him to fix a clamp that I bent. All right, we got our 13/16 and 3/4 inch wrench.
Start breaking these fuel lines.
Start breaking this crap off of here. 1, 2, 3, 4 fuel lines
I need another 11.
on this thing. Let me get this oil filter crap out of here. We'll most likely be doing an oil change on this thing tomorrow, because we're less than 1,000 miles away from it. And I just did one like a few months ago. That is a T45.
All right, guys, just want to give you a quick update. We are down to the intake. EGR still in. There ain't no real reason to pull that. We've got the oil filter housing and the fuel filter housing pulled. You see everything else is gone. Turbo's gone. Again, we're trying to get down to the EGR cooler right here. All this work just to get there. We're going to start working towards getting these intake bolts out. And then we got a couple bolts down here that we'll get on the fan house, right there, the shroud. And then I'll be lifting this intake off.
We lift it up on the front like this. Make sure everything's out of the way. Go ahead and pull this thing out like this.
There's the intake. There's your EGR cooler right there. That's what we're replacing. So the one thing we got to get this cooler out of here with, we got to get the band clamp in the very back, way back there, kind of where my finger is. We got to get the that piece taken off right there.
On these clamps, you can squeeze them together, pop them like that, and then comes off just like that. See, this is it's gonna start to get a little loose. We got to get these two Torx out, and then pull this old one out, put the new one in, and go back all together. Check all of our seals, make sure they're all good.
That one right there is bad. I can already see it. That O-ring on that one is trash. Looks like it's cut. So.
No, it looks like it just, yeah.
It probably got cut and we brought it back out. All right, guys, one thing you want to make sure you do, good intake gaskets. Clean off all your surfaces really, really well. And make sure everything's nice and clean. When you're ready to go back together with this thing, you don't have any issues whatsoever with not having a good sealing surface. So, all right, guys, we're going back together with our EGR cooler. We've got the clamp in the back there tightened up. We are tightening up the lid right here. We got a new gasket in it. We got our intake manifolds cleaned up on both sides, ready to go. We got our corresponding surfaces on our intake cleaned up. Next thing you know, we're going to bring our intake back in here. We'll get our gasket put back in here. This one looks good. Got a brand new seal right here. And man, we'll get this intake button back up. All right, guys, we got a couple of the intake bolts kind of over here holding the gasket on from the bottom side. We've got a couple long bolts that are not the right ones in this spot right here. We got that little flat, almost looks like a thermostat housing gasket that goes right under here. Well, it's kind of a pain. These bolts, we're using the longer ones just so that we can get it aligned and get everything in position. And then now that we got the gasket where it goes, we'll make sure that everything's sitting good and flat. There's an O-ring down there we got to make sure we're good in. And then once we're confident everything's in where it goes, we'll take and replace these long bolts for the proper bolts that are much shorter that will go in the right spot. So we just kind of use these because the other ones were too short to really kind of get the gasket, that metal gasket up underneath there and get it started. So once we get everything kind of where we like it, then we'll proceed with swapping those out for the right ones. All right, we'll get these, start putting in some bolts, hand tight.
Alright guys, now that we got everything in, the Fickum, fuel, oil, alternator, belt, turbo, all that, now we can go ahead and get our intercooler pipes back in, aka boost tubes. If we come over here in the garage, you're gonna see that they are a little dirty. So we're gonna go ahead and clean those up. We're gonna clean our air intake up too. We're gonna make sure our oil overflow reservoir is clean. Make sure all these surfaces are clean of any oils, so we have no slip problem coming back off. And then put them back on, put everything back together, put the batteries back up, and get this thing all ready to go. Alright, now that we got a little bit in here, we're going to go ahead and put a little bit more. Fill it up to right about here in the middle. Keep an eye on it. We're going to prime the fuel pump a few times. And then we're going to go ahead for the first startup after we put the new EGR cooler in. So here we go. Alright, here we go. We're priming it. We went ahead and primed it a few times. Alright, try it. There we go. All that brake clean and all that made it jump and do a little bunch of weird stuff, but there you go. She started right back up for you. We'll get back up with you with an update in a minute and see how she's running, and we'll keep an eye on the coolant reservoir. All right, guys, we're back again the next morning. We got done wrapped up with the putting it all back together last night, and come to find out, we did the first startup last night in the video, and we found a coolant leak down at the bottom. Well, come to find out, this little fitting right here, I guess the seal's in it right here. You see that green seal at the tip of my finger. Started leaking, so we got up this morning, went to our local Ford dealer here in Pasadena, and picked up a new one of these and two boost tube clamps. Let's go ahead, and our plan of attack is we're going to get this intercooler pipe off, and we're going to get this back off, and we're going to get our turbo back out and take our turbo pedestal out, and we should be able to get down to that hose hopefully and pull it out of there, put the new one in, and put it all back together and try it again. Try another first startup and see what's going on. So first thing we're gonna do is disconnect our batteries so we don't arc anything off against the alternator or mess any electrical up. So here we go. And just like that, we got it out. We use a little bit of Scotch-Brite right here to clean this area up all the way around so the new seal seats. We're gonna go ahead and get a little bit of oil on our seals in here so we don't pinch any of them. And then after we do that, then we are going to slip it back over it. And yeah, we'll be ready. As you can see, put a little bit of oil in there. Sorry for the shakiness. It's just not easy doing this by yourself. It was a little challenging, but yeah. So I'll get back with y'all whenever we get it on. All right, guys, just like that. That's how you get her on. You do have to hit this part right here. I'd hit it with a little back of a rubber mallet to pop it down on that sill, but after you get it popped down on that sill, you know, it's pretty straightforward. All this holds in there. It's way tighter than how it was before. So now we're gonna go ahead and get the pedestal back in here. Actually, first we're gonna spray all this area with brake clean, and then we're gonna get the pedestal back in here. We'll get the cover back on this right here, and then yeah, we'll be getting turbo back in. All right, we're gonna go ahead and prime it a couple times, and then we'll start it up, check for leaks, make sure we fixed it, and then we'll go from there. Well, there you go. Start it up, normal. Come down below, check for leaks. Keep putting water in it. Fill it up to its correct level. And yeah. As of right now, I don't see anything from the bottom. Just a squeaky belt is normal. So yeah. Alright, well, there you go. As you can hear it, it doesn't have a rough idle right now, which is a good thing, but we're still going to install that fast fuel system. I'm not seeing any leaks from under here at all. Ground's a little dirty, that's okay. Squeaky belt, that'll clear up in a little bit. And other than that, you know, it's pretty good. All right, guys, well, there you have it. You know, another project done, EGR cooler on the 6.0. Hope you guys, you know, liked the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys find this video well to y'all. Hopefully it helps y'all in, you know, future projects on your 6.0s too. Sorry about the sunlight. It is 12 o'clock in the afternoon out here. You know, this was, you know, not an easy job. Wasn't easy, you know, had some hiccups throughout, you know, a broken bolt or two, but, you know, we got it through. We got new parts in, and, you know, that's how you do it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.